Some situations in fishing are so straightforward that it's best to keep things as simple as possible. See all that wood cover in this flooded backwater? That's the home of bluegills pushed into shallow water to feed. Better keep cast short and pay attention.
Kind of a unique situation here. Privately managed pond. I don't think it gets fished very often. It's actually noisy out here because of all the geese that are on the pond with us. And it's that time of the year. These bluegills are pushed up really shallow against the bank. Now you fished here yesterday, so you know more about it than I do.
Yeah, no, there's a tremendous number of bluegills. And this is a big one, but there's some that are a lot bigger than this.
Big collar right there, beautiful fish. And we're going to be using these Johnson crappie buster bodies. This is the shad swimmer that's got the little beat tail on it, and there's a couple other ones that we'll talk about as we go. So there, it's one a pretty fish, man. I marvel at all of these, how beautiful they are. And as you see, we've got a ton of wood here to deal with. Most of the fish are up against the bank.
They're within about, you can still catch them out here in the thing, but most of the bluegills are up pretty close to the bank. There we go.
The twirlies. Just back and forth with that body. They use that body. Wow, that's a beautiful female right there. Just as robust as can be. And you can tell immediately when you've got one because they start using that body. They slam it left, they slam it right. Maybe make a little circle. Let's see what we got here, if we can show them off a little better. Pretty beautiful. And if you look at the eyes bulging, that's typically the sign of a fast-growing fish. I'm not exactly sure why, but it is. There, man, beautiful in the sunshine. And this is one of those situations where high-priced tackle isn't going to do you much good. So, as Ed suggested earlier, you want something, a really cheap head with an Aberdeen hook on it, something that bends out. And we're actually using tackle that I would call more like something I would use for walleyes or for smallmouth bass. So 10-pound fluorocarbon here to 10-pound nanofill. So pretty stiff rods actually. So really ultralight tackle that you'd normally use is just not going to work on all this timber.
There you go. That was a nice meal.
Beautiful fish, isn't it? Yeah. Oh man, Ed. These are something.
Yeah, look at the color. They're absolutely beautiful.
But you get the bulging eyes once again. You get this giant chest on this guy. The bump starts on the head right here. A lot of times they'll also get a little bump. You can see where that's starting right back there. Now I know you've got a pond stocked full of these guys too. How fast does something like that grow?
Actually, that one's probably, from the time they're stocked, not more than 3 years old. The big mature ones will have a bigger bump on them, and some of them will be 5 and 6 years old, but my guess is this one's probably no more than 3 or 4 years old. They're obviously growing very fast here.
Yeah, beautiful fish. I want to show you the 3 little bodies that we're using today here. You've got a tube that we've been using, then you've got the little thumper tail, the little paddle tail right here. This is shad tube and shad paddle tail, or shad swimmer, I guess it is. And then the one that often works when the fish are off a little bit is this little curl tail, so shad curl tail. 3 beautiful little bodies. They're actually hollow inside and made to put a little squirt tube of scent and scales in, but we don't need that today, and color isn't even making a difference today. There's lots of fish here.
Got him. Better one. That's bluegill. You can tell by the way they fight.
Nice, yeah.
Here she comes. It's a big female.
Yeah.
Beautiful fish.
Those fish haven't spawned yet, man. Wow. 66 degrees, so right on the edge here.
Yeah, they're obviously getting ready. It's a pretty fish.
There's a big one in there. Oh, nice, man.
Oh, this is a big fat lady.
Wow, nice. Wow, 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 wow. That is something. Get that out of there for you. Huh. Right there.
Yeah, she's getting pretty thick.
Oh yeah, big chest, big across there. Big real fat along the back. Every situation is kind of unique, and you kind of read the circumstances and you go with what's going to work, because really ultralight tackle that you'd normally use is just not going to work on all this timber. Beautiful.